Till I arrived to Columbia College, I was a research chemist doing research on isotope effects at Cornell University, Northwestern University, and the Swiss Polytechnical. And then I decided to change direction and accept Mike Alexandrov, our former president's invitation to come and start a science program from scratch at Columbia College. That was an art and communication school, open admission, very different from every other school I taught in, and the students' body was very different. I took the challenge and I thought it will be extremely interesting to associate with faculty that are creative artists, dancers, actors, poets, and to teach students that are inspired to be these professions. So when I arrived to Columbia College, the first day was registration. Everybody was sitting in a big room, according to departments, and the course I offered was chemistry in daily life. If a student had it on the registration form and they went back to their major department, their faculty said, "Why are you taking this course? I had never had chemistry, why should you have it?" And they would erase it. I realized that the situation is tough. I'm not going to have students in my class. Not only that, the faculty looked at me, arriving to an art school with a PhD in physical chemistry, well known in the field of isotope effects. They really thought that I came from out of space. And I swear few of them looked through the window to see the UFO I landed with. Then I opened my mouth and they for sure decided that I'm from outer space because I talk differently than all of them. So I had a big problem how to attract the students. And I came with a great idea. I learned in my life that sometimes breaking the law achieves more than obeying the law in certain circumstances. And I always remember the brave woman called Rosa Parks that refused to give up her seat in the front of the bus. And this was an example for me that by her breaking the law that people put on her, she started the civil rights movement. I don't try to compare myself to Rosa Parks on this situation. Also, I did a lot in other issues of human rights. But I thought that I must have a class for the next semester. In addition, I felt that it's very important for this future communication to have some understanding of science. And the attitude was like science is the enemy. Science just brings trouble. Science is the problem. They did not see all the advances that science brought to the world. They did not see that people don't live now on average 35 years, but they live 75 years. All that was done by science. So I came to an idea and I offered the students to take them across the street to the Congress Hotel bar and they can order drinks on me. So we went there and they started asking for Bloody Mary, screwdriver, Black Russian, Pink Lady, Green Grasshopper, and I was shocked. I could not understand one word what they are talking with all these words. So when we sat down, I said, "What were all these things that you ordered?" And the answer was, "Those were cocktails." I said, "What does it mean it's cocktails?" They said, "Oh, it's orange juice and alcohol." Another one said it's tomato juice and alcohol. So then I said to the group, "It means that all of you have alcohol in your glasses, like these glasses that I put here." It was beautiful colors, as can be seen here. And we really started looking at the art here and the beautiful spectrum. And now I had to bring into the art the science. So I said, "What is alcohol?" Silence. And then somebody said, "It's something that makes you feel high, makes you feel good." So I thought that it's very important to explain to the students what is alcohol. And I gave them a lecture on what is alcohol, how is alcohol made. And then after a short while, everybody had a napkin like that, and they wrote on the napkin CH3CH2OH. That is the formula of alcohol, ethanol. And then we did it like that to show exactly how the bonds are on these molecules. And everybody was very happy. We were passing around these napkins, and all of us had this structure on the napkin. This gave me the opportunity to talk about the chemistry of ethanol, and suddenly all the rest of the people in the bar that were not Columbia students and were in ages between 21 and 91 decided that there is something very exciting going on at our table, and they decided to join us. And suddenly the napkins were distributed all over, and every single person in the bar had the structure of ethanol, understanding that carbon has always 4 bonds, hydrogen 1 bond, oxygen 2 bonds, and this is the common element to all their beautiful drinks. The rest of that is just changing the taste a little bit. So we learned something about the ethanol. By that stage, I felt drunk with success, not with alcohol. And in the Congress Hotel bar by that stage, you could order a pizza or a salad. So I ordered a salad with oil and vinegar for the group. We all of us enjoyed the salad, and then I asked them if they know anything about vinegar. They said, yes, you buy it in the supermarket, you pour it on your salad, and you have vinegar. I said, do you have any idea what is vinegar? No. So I explained to them that vinegar is really an acid. It's acetic acid. It's a kind of organic acid that we like it in our salad. And as we did with ethanol, we were very fast to distribute this time new napkins, and everybody put on the napkin the structure of acetic acid. That is, again, carbons, oxygen, hydrogen. Again, you can see the bonds here. We passed it around, and the whole bar by that stage was participating in this lecture. When we looked at all these compounds, I explained that this group is called carboxylic, and when we put it in water, we separate here the hydrogen as a proton, and this is what makes it an acid, and an acid gives some sour taste and giving them all the characteristic of acetic acid. Then I told them that when ethanol and acetic acid combine, we get a compound that is called an ester. We have different esters depending on the acids and the alcohols that we combine together. And esters have beautiful odor. They are used in perfume. But this special ester that is between their alcohol and their acetic acid can be used as a nail polish remover. And sure enough, the whole bar was so upset, they were sure that they just swallowed nail polish remover. In order to calm them down, I had to explain to them that you need a catalyst for this reaction to happen, and they did not have the catalyst in their stomach, therefore they did not form this nail polish remover. But the end of this wonderful bar experience, every single person in the bar knew about alcohol, knew about acids, knew about the number of bonds for the carbons, for the oxygen and for the hydrogen, knew that ethanol and acetic acid gives a kind of ester, and they were so enthusiastic about that that at the end of the period I said to them that the semester at Columbia College is 15 weeks. And because they already had their first chemistry class, they have only 14 weeks to go. And all the people from Colombia that were students and were in the bars, sure enough, signed up for chemistry in daily life. And this was a tremendous experience because this taught me immediately that I have to change the way chemistry is taught and was taught for the last years, starting with the structure of the atom, going to the chemical bond, and it has to become relevant to the student's life, to the student's interest. And if you add to that some beauty, some colors, like different drinks, it even becomes very aesthetic. The year was 1977, before anybody was thinking about teaching chemistry in a relevant way and reversing the order from instead of the structure of the atom going to molecules, getting molecules that are known to people and explaining the basic chemistry from there. And this was really both advantageous to the students and to me. I learned how to start completely a new way of teaching chemistry or any subject in science that will attract the student. The student learned that chemistry is in everything they do, and even when they enjoy themselves in a party with drinks and cocktails, they really are doing chemistry. And this was my first chemistry class to art and communication students.